Hello, welcome to Scented Pages. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Me and somebody want to talk to you about some books. GGBTs. He is feeling extra emotional, I guess, today. And he just wants me to hold him. That's fine. I'll hold him and we'll talk about these fun books that I was reading. Okay, so I found this author that I love, Tanisha Stewart, and I read quite a few of her books. Oh my goodness, she's so much fun though. So I did read, let me see, two books that were not Tanisha Stewart books. One was an A.R. Torre book and one was a nonfiction book. So I'm going to get the first book that's not a Tanisha Stewart book out the way. This is The Last Party by A.R. Torre, and I gave it 5 stars. The book description is: a loving mother, a notorious murderer. They both have reasons to hide their secrets in a novel of escalating shock and suspense by New York Times best-selling author A.R. Torre. Perla Waltz lives with her husband Grant and their precious daughter Sophie in a gated Pasadena community. Affluent, sociable, and accomplished, Perla plays the part of loving wife and mother to perfection. It seems an ideal life. Stop, Cheeto. See. Stop it. He likes to try to open up this closet. He is terrible. Cheeto. I'm going to put you out. Stop. Stop. My goodness. You're being a distraction. I thought you were going to come in here and be sweet, and you're not. What are you acting up for while I'm trying to record? So, Perla Waltz lives with her husband Grant and their precious daughter Sophie in a gated Pasadena community. Affluent, sociable, and accomplished, Perla plays the part of loving wife and mother to perfection. It seems an ideal life, if not for a decades-old crime that has become Perla's dark and consuming secret obsession. 23 years ago, Leewood Fulcrum confessed to murdering 2 young girls during a birthday party. Though he's been condemned to a life sentence, his crime is not forgotten, not by Perla, nor by an inquisitive doctoral student interviewing Fulcrum for his dissertation. He's getting the killer to open up about his motives, his confession, and the truth of what really happened on that horrible night. As the past and the present entwine, the deceptions behind the infamous murder begin to surface. But who's deceiving who now and why? And as an ingeniously twisted plan is set in motion, who will be next to die? So, I gave it 5 stars. So I couldn't believe this page turner. I love a good story, and boy was this it. I could have finished it in one sitting. Perla is the worst kind of mother in human being. She's obsessed with the murder that took place like 20 years ago, and with the man who did it. Weirdo. She is running herself crazy trying to recreate his murder at her own daughter's next birthday party sleepover. So for the whole book, you're on the edge of your seat hoping that this lady gets caught or found out before her daughter Sophie's birthday party. And the twists were great. I liked this book. It was fun. Okay, so now for the meat and potatoes of the video. The Tanisha Stewart books. I have quite a few of them, but 3 of them was a series, a little short series that she has, the Betrayed by My So-Called Friend series, which is just a little 3-book novelette series. And so I'm just going to review all 3 books with one review. And I'm going to review the whole series. But I'll tell you what each individual book is about. So the first one is Betrayed by My So-Called Friend by Tanisha Stewart, book 1 in her Betrayed series. And it says June is in an online relationship with the man of her dreams, Jermaine. He is the first person she met that seemed to know her before they ever even spoke. Although they have never met in person, she is sure he is the one. But there's only one, her beloved Jermaine. But there's only one. Her beloved Jermaine isn't real. She's being catfished by someone very close to her, someone she thought she could trust. Then, book 2, Betrayed by My So-Called Friend, part 2, is the drama picks up again in part 2 of this tangled web of lies. June is still reeling from the heartbreak caused by her betrayal. She thought Kelvin was her best friend. She never saw it coming that he would betray her. Kamaya seems to be unbothered by the fact that Kelvin took the fall. But can Ileana hold the secret, or will her devotion to her sister force her to tell the truth? Secrets are revealed and things take an interesting turn. But one thing is, for someone in June's circle, definitely cannot be trusted. In the last book in this series, Betrayed 3, Kamaya's Redemption, part 3 of this twisted tale of deception, it seems as if Kamaya has not learned her lesson. Sienna is not much better. Follow their journey as the two stumble through the consequences caused by their shady behavior. Will they come out on top, or will their actions catch up to them, causing them to be broken all the way down? So like I said, I reviewed all 3 books in the series just together as the whole thing. And I said I completed this cute series in a day. Oh my God, I love this so much. Better than the Mary Monroe series and much better than Epic, because the characters are not like caricatures of like black women or black womanhood. The villain in the series didn't die, she grew. And thank you. That was something different and positive for us and by us. Kamaya was a real piece of work, but I understood early on that she was a hurt girl, trying to hurt people. We see that in most of the urban fiction literature. So I like learning the reasons why each person participated in the prank on June. But I love that Kamaya gets to the real bottom of her reasons and hurt, and that she actually recognized her problems, and she went to therapy and did what she had to do to apologize to those that she had hurt and move on with her life. And I love that for her. Thank goodness for urban lit that is beyond love interests and needing a man at all costs and selling the drugs and then dying about it all. Ugh, I was so over it. I like a ratchet story, but not the same ratchet story. Just all the time. I said, nothing, in my opinion, grows you up and glows you up like working out, like a consistent good workout routine with weights. I said, so you notice how it wasn't until Kamaya in the book when she started her exercise classes on a regular basis, that she finally figured out what the hell her problem was. Also, she has a really good and supportive family in her aunt and her aunt Karen and her cousin Coop. I said I love the nice, firm talking to that her aunt gave her at the end of the book. Her aunt gathered her like a ponytail, and she needed it, because she wasn't an evil girl like through and through, like Leah in the product land. Kamaya really was just a hurt girl all the way through and through, and she just needed to work her way through the pain, in my opinion. And I'm glad that this author allowed her to do that as a villain arc. Oh, and how she rights her wrongs and grows for the better. And we didn't have to suffer through book after book of an arduous and mentally draining trek through the mind of the worst kind of pick-me's and mammies. Someone actually chooses themselves over someone else or man. Thank goodness. So I really like that series. It was cute. So then I also read The Deadbeat by Tanisha Stewart. And this is a psychological thriller. After losing their beloved mother to ovarian cancer, identical twin sisters Jessie and Belle Brown's world is shattered to pieces. Their mother poured out her soul to help others, but in her time of need, the only ones who pitched in were strangers. Their deadbeat father refused to lift a finger in their direction. Seething with rage over their father's absence, coupled with pain and agony over their mother's passing, the sisters needed a place to channel their pain. Their selfish father seems to be the perfect target. Will their plan to make him pay for his abandonment end in success, or will it spark the beginning to the end of Jessie and Belle's ruin? A pulse-pounding drama full of twists and turns. This series starter is fast-paced, straight to the point, and packs a powerful punch that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It was good. It was fun. I did enjoy it. I said that I wished it was longer. Jessie and Belle were so hurt by the death of their mother and the subsequent loneliness they feel in her absence afterwards, that they conjure up a plan to ruin their own lives by killing their father. And listen, I was on their side about it until they involved Jessie's little innocent boyfriend, Roland, for no reason. Jessie called him to retrieve a cell phone that they had dropped in the midst of doing everything. And Jessie, I just felt like she really didn't love or care about that daggone boy at all, because why would she involve him in that and possibly ruin his life behind what they did? And that how stupid and hasty they were in all of it. They really were they didn't plan out anything well at all. They went about it terribly. So I said, why call him and ask him to go and get the phone? Like, I guess they thought that if he went and the cops found him or something, that maybe they wouldn't connect him to the murder. I don't know what in the world they were thinking, but that maybe he could sneak better. I don't understand why they involved him in it. And I felt like he was even sillier for going and doing it. I just was like, why would you do any of that? Wow. They ruined their lives and everyone around them because they were hurt about their mother. Which, okay, I guess. But if I was Roland, them two heifers would have gotten the loudest F no out of me. And I was pissed at all of them. I said, I love the twist. I'm not going to give the book away because I want you to read it. But I love how Tanisha writes a good, redeemable character. She writes good villain to good person characters. Now, for this part of the video, I'm going to be talking about daggone internet dating, because the two books the last three books are about internet dating, and the last two nonfiction are Tanisha Stewart books about dating apps and internet dating. So I have this Audible original called Exposed, the Ashley Madison Hack. So I absolutely remember Ashley Madison. I remember when the website started and how weird it was, and thinking like, what in the world? Like, why would people actually, really go on that website and do that? And I just thought it was a whole lot. And then years later, I absolutely remember hearing about the hack and how everybody's personal information had been released. It was a mess. It's so strange. But this book goes into all the behind the scenes of what happened behind that hack and that website. A mess. So this is Exposed, the Ashley Madison Hack by Sophie Elmhurst, Maria Tucker, and Sophie Nellis. The book description. Millions of people looking to cheat on their partners signed up for Ashley Madison in the early 2000s, seeking a private space to share their public desires. The promise of discretion was shattered in the summer of 2015 when anonymous hackers stole the company's cache of user information and published it worldwide. The result? One of the most shocking data breaches of the internet age. Overnight, millions of unfaithful spouses had their real names, addresses, and sexual preferences published online in a searchable database that anyone could browse. Presented by acclaimed actress Sophie Nalise, told through the dramatic stories of those who were caught up in the hack, and from experts who put it all into the context of our rapidly changing internet culture, exposed the Ashley Madison hack, serves as a cautionary tale for anyone whose secrets live in the cloud and what happens when trust is broken online and in the real world. Ooh, this is so juicy and good. I love learning the truth about stuff that happened in my lifetime that I can remember. I said, I enjoyed the kind of live formatting of this book. I very much so remember the Ashley Madison scandal, and this true crime book was fun and messy to get through, finding out all the ins and outs of it. This was about the dating website called AshleyMadison.com, created back in the day for married people to find other married people to cheat with. It was all supposed to be done very clandestinely, and it was thought to be a protected website until it wasn't. And that mess was hacked, and the ish hit the fan. Everybody's cheating ass spouses, their information, and their sexual proclivities were outed on the internet. And I said, I guess my question is, why would people think that a website set up for people to do bad things would be a safe website in any way? I said, why would it be safe from hackers or for, particularly protected or upstanding in any way? I said, I would never think that a digital tool used for the aiding and abetting of cheating would be anything that any thinking person would want to involve themselves in. Like, why? I said, I would think that the website, the CEO, the employees of the company, and everybody and anything associated with it were all evil, money-hungry people, a part of a conglomerate. I said, I absolutely would put together that, like, creating a profile, a digital trail on the internet would come back to you. Like, how would you not think creating a regular paper trail of cheating foolishness comes back? Why not a digital one that doesn't go with, honey? I would absolutely think that the website was fishy and able to be easily hacked or is taking people's money somehow. It just seems too weirdly good to be true. And I would think that putting my card information on Ashley Madison would be just as sketchy and risky as putting it on any weird porn website. What the hell were they thinking? I said, you just don't do that with your credit card. And well, come to find out, the whole website is built on lies and thievery. And I'm not surprised that most of the users were bots and designed to prey on and take lonely people's money. So, I said, cheating is cheating, no matter how it starts or ends. But I do think that it is a different type of thing to sign up for a website with the specific intention to cheat. I said, it's like it's one thing to kind of snowball, because cheating kind of snowballs, okay? And you fall into some shit in real life. I said, that's another thing altogether than to go on a website and really look for it. That is, I think, altogether so horrific and terrible. Like, trying to start a second life online to cheat. in real life is another kind of diabolical to me. I just feel like if you're gonna cheat, do it like normal and just be normal about it. Don't be extra weird. Don't be exceptionally weird about it and go online and specifically look for it. Like, that's so terrible. Well, anyway, it was interesting too that the hackers were never caught, like, or punished. Like, they knew who they were, but authorities never got to them. I love learning the details behind some messy ish that happened in my lifetime that I can remember. I also really like learning about the culture of internet judgment and internet psychology. 5 stars. It was a really good book. So I followed that up with 2 Tanisha Stewart books that are about dating apps and internet dating. And the first is, and I wish I'd never met her. Oh, even though I love her so, she's got love. Oh my goodness, wish I never met her. That song goes with the book so well because you have to read it. Like, you'll be singing it too. You'll be in your Carl Thomas feelings. So, Wish I Never Met Her. It's book 3 in the dating app horror series. Quincy Rogers has a good woman right in front of him, but he can't see the forest for the trees. Instead of embracing the one who loves him, he chases tail on a brand new dating app, a dime a dozen. Quincy needs to see if the grass might be greener on the other side. He figures the woman that he has will give him another chance, and he'll do the right thing later. Unfortunately, Quincy will soon learn that tomorrow isn't promised, and neither is the rest of today. So I gave it 5 stars, and I said 5 stars for Quincy and Leah. I really enjoyed this thriller. Quincy was a trip and got his ass handed to him in the end, but I also feel as though he didn't deserve all of that. I say he was definitely singing, I wish I never met her. I know he definitely wishes that he left Leah alone and never met her. Quincy's got a good girl at home in Carmen, but he likes to chase tail all over town because nothing is ever serious to him and no woman is ever off limits. He kind of has no line that he won't cross with the ladies until he gets his comeuppance. And it's got that nigga singing, it hurts so much inside. Oh, I wouldn't feel this pain if I never met her. That's hilarious. But what I love about Tanisha Stewart's writing is her ability to have a good villain arc. I know I keep saying this. I said a good lesson learned and a good turning around. Because Quincy learned the hell out of his lesson and turned all the way around. And I just bet he did after all he goes through. What a great book. Great twist. I like the antagonist and all of it. Very entertaining and well written. 5 stars. Yay. And then lastly, and I'll be done. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the perfume. Maybe I'll also talk about that. It's a good one. It's Cabotin. Last book, The Deadliest Match. And this is book 4 in the series. I just read 2 in this series. The Deadliest Match by Tanisha Stewart. After a devastating heartbreak, Mackenzie Bishop swears off love to focus on her career as a branding consultant. But when her parents convince her to try the dating app A Dime a Dozen, a seemingly harmless connection resurrects buried trauma and ignites dangerous desires. What starts as a reluctant search for companionship quickly spirals into a twisted game of deadly revenge. As Mackenzie's obsession deepens, fears are weaponized, secrets are uncovered, and no match is safe. Yet, Someone has been watching her every move and is determined to expose her darkest truths. Can Mackenzie confront her demons and outwit her adversary, or will she fall victim to the deadliest match of all? I said Mackenzie's ass was nuttier than some squirrel ish, and I loved it. She was so crazy with her carelessness. No, I said she was so crazy that her carelessness was expected. But I did love that we were able to accompany her on some of her kills. That was a very well written and fun. I really enjoyed the character of Mackenzie, but it took nothing to click her ass over to the crazy side. I hated that she was so easily triggered by these men on this dating app being honest. I could see her anger if they had lied or misled her about their intentions in any sort of way, but they didn't. she just didn't like that they weren't serious about dating. I said, well, who the F is serious about meeting, dating, and marrying random folk they meet off the internet? The men would honestly put on their profiles like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And she would get so triggered from that and try to go and get them and kill them. Like, what the hell? What more do you want from internet people? Like, you don't like try to meet real life partners from off of the internet. You don't go on websites where people advertise that they don't want strings attached and then get mad because they're a fuckboy. Like, he's on the internet and they're all basically being straight up about what their intentions are. So why try and take any of it seriously? She was a very well written, crazy character. I love the ending, and I love that she stood 10 toes down in her crazy. The Twizzler was twisted, and I didn't quite care for the Britney girl subplot, but whatever. 5 stars, 5 juicy stars, because it was such a good book. I really, really enjoyed the whole Tanisha Stewart experience. Like, just overall, I have not had a bad book from her. I also found this other author that I love, that I'm liking so far. Her name is Nikki Jolavoli. I can't think of her last name. I'll put her in the bottom in some of her like books that I plan on listening to, because I'm finding all the good female black thriller authors, and it's been fun. I have been having a ball. So I DNF'd a lot of my library books, except for The Keeper of Hidden Books. I'm going to finish that up because I'm like more than halfway through that one. But all the other ones I just could not get into. So I'm excited that in a couple of weeks I'm going to be having a library meetup with some of the girls at the library. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I don't feel like reading those books. I really want to get into the books that I have. I'm looking forward to those. Oh, let's do the perfume. Cabotin. I love this. This is a nice, heavy fall scent. I had sprayed it in the office, and the girls came in, and they were like, "Oh, that smells so good. Like, what is that?" Cabotin, honey. It was released in 1990. And it has main accords of floral, white floral, aromatic, green, fruity, woody, powdery, fresh, spicy, animalic, and tuberose. It has top notes of coriander and orange blossom, cassia, blackcurrant, plum, peach, and tangerine. Middle notes are tuberose, hyacinth, carnation, jasmine, ginger, ylang ylang, rose, freesia, iris, heliotrope, and violet, a lot of them. Base notes are civet, musk, blackcurrant, vetiver, sandalwood, cedar, amber, tonka bean, and vanilla. I'll show them all of those notes when I edit this. But it was created by Jean-Claude Delville in 1990 by, I don't know how to pronounce this, Gress, Gres. I'll show all of it in editing, but I love this. It's very beautiful. But yeah, so let me see. What else? I feel like I pretty much caught you up on everything. I have been reading Toni Morrison. I'll have a Toni Morrison video coming up. I've been doing a little more interspersed in my urban fiction. I've also been doing my literature series part 2, Toni Morrison and Zora Neale Hurston. That's all been fun. I'm gonna start Their Eyes Were Watching God. I did The Bluest Eye, which was beautiful. I loved it, by Toni Morrison. What else? I think that's it. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. So I will wrap this up, and I will see you next time.